here we go. All right, what I just gave you guys, this is the new book. It's called Change, okay? Before we get on that, I'm gonna give you guys a few pointers. If you guys wanna be successful at this business, okay? And I know that everybody's always asking the secret. The secret is within your team. So if you hear me going on about a bunch of different things, it's because your team and everything about what you and your team does is what makes people successful. It's like anything else. If somebody in your team falls out, how are you gonna be successful?
Right.
You know, you're only as fast as your slowest person, okay? It's the same that we learned in the Marine Corps and everything else, okay? Everybody goes in, everybody comes out. If the second that you treat somebody differently, or the second that somebody feels they're not important or appreciated. So every time you do anything, you must give your team praise. You may take 3 or 4 people on your team to do something before you actually reap the benefits. But like I said, if you're sitting there getting distracted, there's a thing on the back, in your back office. If you go online, you might want to write this stuff down, guys. Let me guess, no one brought pens.
Well,
I
I
do.
went right from our school to.
That's
here,
okay, that's okay. I got them, here you go.
So I wasn't able to get to my home tonight. To
There you
get
go.
my stuff.
Okay. The reason why is I want you guys to go to this tonight, and there's a thing in there that I want you to go to. I want you to go to www.myteampinnacle. Write it on the paper, not on the book. You'll need the book. myteampinnacle.com. www, right at the top page, right there at the very, very top, www.myteampinnacle.com. MYTEAM. It's all one word. TEAMPINNACLE.com. Okay? PINNACLE.
PIN.
ACLE.com. Okay? Now, when you get into there, it's going to be pulling up a picture of like Brian Carruthers and everybody, all right?
Okay.
So, once you also go in there, let me get into it so I can show you guys. All right, so when you're in there, it's going to look, this is the phone version, but you want to go into tools, all right? The next word will be tools. Once you get into tools, write tools on your thing. Okay. There's 2 things you're gonna want. You're gonna do the Team Pinnacle cheat sheet, so write cheat sheet. You wanna print that off, cheat sheet. That's gonna give you all the different phone numbers and everything like that, okay? I forgot this. Okay, the second thing is right above the tools, there's gonna be a diagram schematic of what you guys should be following, all right? And what that means, it'll look like this. It gets your get launched, okay? It looks like this here. There's a little guy running up the stairs. It's in purple gold, okay? And it's got the little banner of a guy standing on top of a mountain with the sun in the background. You need to print that off. And the reason why is because this is gonna be a guide for you, okay?
Getting on.
I should have given you each one of these already.
What happens if I don't have a printer? Can I use this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would you just do something? Sorry, you can just put it on your computer too. Because what you're gonna do is you wanna basically have a diagram. Without being able to look at anything or have anything help you, there's a reason why I suggest books and stuff like that. I don't care what books, but we always read books, because you need a way of finding where you're going, okay? If you're keeping on going and asking the same people the same questions, keep getting no for it, but you don't change your way of doing things, you're right, you're always gonna have constant no's. You always have to be upping your game, finding out what you can and cannot do, okay? This here, when you put it, you're gonna start out where you're at an associate level, okay? Then what you wanna do is you wanna find out how long it's gonna take you to get to the senior associate, manager, senior manager, director,
My
okay?
goal is to get where you want us to be by the end of the year.
Your goal should be on here, okay? I'm not you. I cannot do this for you, is what I'm trying to say. This is one of those things, when you start doing this on your own, you start able to do it by learning from us, by getting on the phone calls. Now, every Sunday and Wednesday, on the cheat sheet, you'll see, Brian has a call every Sunday and Wednesday. The call should be at 8 o'clock our time, Central Time, okay? It's good to get on those calls because they got different people each week on it, all right? Our calls are every Monday and Tuesday at 7, unless it's the first of the month, which is like today, because I have a Marine Corps meeting at 1900. So you want to get on our calls then also. So Pinnacle cheat sheet, okay? The other one's just Team Pinnacle. The other one's Pinnacle cheat sheet. The reason why I've given you all a cheat sheet before, but they've updated all this stuff, okay? The next 2 main trips you need to start going for are Walt Disney World, January 3rd, 4th, and 5th, all right? Then Cancun. Of course, then we have Dallas in April, all right? And then I don't know where the main other conference is going to be, and then there's like a cruise or something. You should be shooting your goals for those. The reason why is because if you go for just the basics every month, eventually it'll build. But if you're sitting there trying to shoot too high, and then all of a sudden you go nowhere, I see a lot of people, they want to be the best, so they want to shoot for the best. You know what happens? They shoot themselves down. They don't even try. Why? Man, I'm going to climb that mountain. The only thing you do is you sit there and stand there at that mountain. You're like, wow, that's a beautiful mountain. I'm going to climb. You're going to tell everybody, say, come on, I'm going to climb that mountain. You see that mountain right now? Jeff, I need your help. Oh, my God, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But you haven't even climbed the mountain. You haven't even taken the step to get to the pebbles at the bottom of the mountain that fell off the dang mountain. So technically, you're afraid of the pebbles at the bottom of the mountain. If you want to climb a mountain, you got to step over the pebbles first. Okay? Now, granted, the reason why we do that is you might be thinking, you might want to start up there with the big guys because you want to be just as good as them. No, those big guys started somewhere. And you have to understand that you're still going to be doing more than everybody else because you're taking a chance. You're living outside your comfort zone, okay? And within our team, Legacy, and Team Pinnacle, and within Legal Shield and everything else, the only way you're going to be successful in this business is when you learn to help others first, okay? Nothing I'm about ready to show you, or nothing I can do for you, means anything if you do not want to help somebody first. You know why? We have no contracts, co-pays, termination fees. What keeps somebody in this business is the kind of communication you do with them, to letting them know, look, I'll help you out. You don't have to be there. Our company does all that for them. But if you go in there thinking, oh, I'm just going to sell this person something, I'm going to tell them everything, and you throw up all over them, they're not going to. They don't want to do any business with you. There's a reason why I'm different with truck drivers compared to people that I go in and talk with at nursing homes. There's a difference why I'm in hospitals compared to I go to police departments, okay? There's a difference between if I talk to the individual truck driver to where I have meetings at my home. When is the last time you've ever had a couple people over to your house, popped in one of our videos or something and let your friends watch it? Have you done that yet? That's the very first thing I gave you is to do a PBR, a private business reception. How come you're not doing that? You see what I'm saying is you have to show us, and this like goes for everything else. You can tell me anything you want. Write this name down, okay? Art Williams. Write his name down. Because you're going to go to YouTube tonight and you're going to pull up the video, Just Do It. Okay? Art Williams, Just Do It. Honest to God, you watch this will help your life. Art Williams became one of the #1 in the world. He's a billionaire because he did not let things defeat him. But everybody always says, hey, Art, watch me now. Hey, Art, watch my smoke. Hey, Art, and you just do it. Quit telling people what you're going to do. Just go out and do it. You can't do anything. There's a reason why we charge for our classes. You know why we charge for our classes in Legal Shield? Anybody got an idea?
I always try to figure out why.
Same reason
Make people get out and work.
when we go to college, and all these people are in college right now, right? They're going to college. What do they do with their college when they get out?
Gotta look for another job.
Their college means nothing. Liberal arts, who cares?
Yeah.
But because I got my college, I should make more than you, and they can't find a job. Do you know why? Because they went and took all the classes that they didn't need. You know what makes good money? If you were going off a standpoint where I'm coming from today, go to a vocational school, learn how to weld.
Grade school.
Vocational, learn how to weld. Starting out at $60 an hour. Some days maybe $30. You're already making more than that kid coming out of college that's going to be looking for a job for a while. With benefits, union jobs, everything else. Why? Because you're doing what people need. Okay, you're helping people first. You want to get better at welding? Your money goes up. You start taking the classes, your money goes up. You go to online courses, your money goes up. Why does it go up when you're doing things that you like to do, you're helping people do it, and all of a sudden you're not going to college for 4 years? Because you're actually in the workforce and you know what is needed, not what you think people want. You give them what they need and you're going to make the money. Okay? But if you go back and you tell everybody, just watch me now, I've been in classrooms. I guess I could start this out a little bit different for college. Out of high school, I'm going to join the Marine Corps. Oh, man, I'm going to get in the best of the best. I'm going to join the Marine Corps. Guess what? They all told you this week is going to be Marine Corps week. Guess what? It is, and I'm going to start it right now. I'm going to join the Marine Corps. I'm going to be the best of the best. You know what happens when I graduated from the Marine Corps, when I got out of my basic training over MCRD, Marine Corps Route Depot, San Diego? You know what happened when I got out of my SOI? I went to the fleet. You You know what happened when I got in the Marine Corps? Well, I was gonna join the Marines. Oh man, I was going to. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Do you guys want to follow in? Same with Legal Shield. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I was gonna do it. Man, I joined the Army instead. Man, I was gonna do this, but instead, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But they never did. You know why? They sat there and looked at the pebbles. And then they joined the Army. Why? Well, how much difference the Army from the Marine Corps? You want to know the honest to God truth? It's not. It's just we get called a lot more because we're smaller. Does that mean anybody could do it? The Marine Corps is not one of those branches where you can't do it. What it is, it's a mind game. Just like Legal Shield is a mind game. Now, let's go take college, for example. Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to go to college and become such and such. But then when they get out, they can't find the job. Why? Because they thought by going to classes all day and taking Frisbee throwing for experts, by the way, that is something that came off Saved by the Bell, the college years. Okay? But guess what happens when they got out? Nothing they learned was any use. Why? Because they didn't look at what people needed. They looked at, how can I make the most money right now? And you want to know something? That's not where they're at. Do you know why now Legal Shield charges for their classes? It used to be, okay, you guys can come take the class, but now you're wasting the teacher's time. We can only fit X amount in each class, right? So if you get out of that class, oh, I got CDL, but you've never sold a single CDL plan. Oh, I got business, but you've never sold a business plan. Oh, yeah, well, I got employee benefits, but you've never been in to do an employee benefits class. So you sat in that class and took up space from somebody that needed that class. Okay, let's go ahead and start making a little money off this. So you go in the class. You want this class? Fine. We want to see that you do the class. So when you go out and you sign up your first 3 CDL or first 3 businesses or your first 3 employee benefits, we're going to give you that $75 back. Plus you get to keep all the commission and everything else. We don't keep nothing. Why? Because now you're practicing what you learned. Now you're actually doing what you were taught instead of just racking up a bunch of classes. Years ago when I was a lifeguard, you know how many classes I racked up? As many as I could. Did I ever use them? Not really. When I worked at McDonald's, I got the flipper of the burgers, I got the fry cook, I got the McNugget tosser, I got the freaking... But really, what does it mean? Nothing. Because you're going to do it anyway. If you're the person that wants to go out there and do it. So somebody needs to, why is it when I do classes, we start out with the basics. Hey, unlimited calls on unlimited topics, including pre-existing. Why do I go over that first? Because nothing else on that sheet matters. You know why? Because everybody you're going to talk to does not know how to use a lawyer. And you know why they don't have a lawyer? Because we were taught from day one never to use a lawyer. Why are we taught never to use a lawyer? Why don't you ask somebody that knows the cost of it? Chris, how much is a lawyer?
Too much.
How much is a lawyer if you just want advice?
You'll go into debt.
How about if you just want advice?
Usually the first consultation's free, but other than that, you have to pay retainer fees.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what it cost me? By the time I was done with one of my first businesses, almost $1.5 million. Every time I picked up that phone, I got charged. Once your retainer's up and everything else, they keep charging and charging and charging. Guess what? That means every time you talk to that lawyer, it's costing you money. And he's put his kids through college. So guess what? Everybody you're going to come up to thinks about.
Or
It's just
new
too expensive.
car.
It's just too expensive for me.
House.
So let me ask you this. Out of you 3 here right now today, how many of you actually have called the lawyer and asked about a will yet? You asked about the will. Really?
Yeah.
And you asked what a probate is and all that other good stuff.
No.
Good. Put this down on paper because this is your homework for tonight. And I want everybody to do this tomorrow when you got a chance. I want you to call up your law firm,
Okay.
tell them your name, and I want you to ask them this. Hi, my name is such and such. I need to know information on the difference between a will, living will, and healthcare power of attorney. I'd also like to know what probate is. Can you tell me the difference in these and can you explain this to me? Every person, write it down. Explain probate,
Will be.
explain will,
Will.
living will, and trust for minors.
Okay.
Will, W-I-L-L,
W.
I-L-L. Living will, L-I-V-I-N-G, W-I-L-L. And by the way, I'm not teaching anybody like you're dumb or stupid or anything else. The reason why is when you start learning to pick up the phone to call that lawyer, whether you tell me or not, you then are okay with telling somebody else to pick up the phone and call that same lawyer because you now do it. If you don't do it and you tell somebody to do the very thing you've never done, you'll never get a sale. You know why? Because now people can see that you're lying to them. Oh, you can just do this. Really? Have you done it yet? Well, no, not yet. But even if you say, yes, I have, and you've never done it, now, here's what that lawyer is going to do. First off, he's going to know you're on my team because I know the lawyers, and he knows what I have to do. I call it there, okay? Second, they're going to call you back within 4 business hours. And if you're not home yet, just tell them when to call you back, okay? Then you're going to call me after that lawyer calls you back, and you're going to each tell me what probate means.
Okay.
Call me back and tell me what probate means. Chris. The reason why I need you guys to do that is so you understand that if you're gonna have somebody else call a lawyer, okay, then you better be willing to call that lawyer yourself, and they don't charge anything for it. Then every month, find reasons to call a lawyer, okay?
Well, I find reason.
Good, but this is the first reason I want you to do. That is your homework for tonight. Call up the lawyers, and then you're gonna call me and tell me what they said. You're gonna explain probate to me, okay? And how many of you have not even done your will yet? You got it right on your phone, okay? Tonight, when you get done here, go onto your phone, go into your LS Engage, right there on your phone. You're gonna click your LS Engage. Here's something else I want you to do. I want everybody to have this done before next Monday.
Okay.
Go on your phone. You can go on the computer too. It's okay, don't do it now.
Oh, okay.
Don't do it now. I'm just showing you, okay? You go on your phone right there. You're gonna click Start Your Will. Okay? You're gonna click Will Questionnaire.
Yeah.
It'll take you 5 minutes, and you're gonna put Submit. It's gonna go right to your law firm, and they're gonna call you back when it gets it. You don't even gotta call them. But first, you're gonna call them with that, because why? You wanna know that, okay? And then the lawyers will let me know who called, because I got a little thing in there that I didn't tell you about that I know when people are calling, because I wanna know who really wants to learn this, or who just wants to make money from it. I really wanna know who wants to help people, or who just wants to sit back. I didn't recover from one of the biggest losses in Legal Shield history because I didn't care about people. I recovered because not only did I work with every one of the truck drivers that lost their business, and also the tire place that lost their business, I made sure they were okay afterwards. And you know what they did? Not only did they keep on, but then they give me references of other people to talk to, because I didn't go nowhere when everybody else left them hanging. And you wanna know something? I don't know what they can do. I'm not a job seeker. I mean, I can't help somebody get a job, but I sure can give them 2 ears to listen to me and ask them, are you okay? Is everything, what can I do to help? Well, I can't get my memory, that's fine. When do we want to get it back up and going for you? Because like I said, I know it's important, but right now when everything's down and out, the first lawsuit's gonna cost you a lot of money if something happens. So make sure to do that, okay? What's the second thing we offer? We will actually send out letters and phone calls on your behalf. Now, why is that important? Well, somebody owes you money. My God, we all have people, somebody might call them up, let them send out a thing that says, hey, you owe me money, can I please get it back? Or what if that lawyer were to call him? This is a law firm, Szymanowski, Marscaradini, you owe such and such money. He was just wanting to know if they could get it back now because they've retained our services to collect on the 50 cents that you owe them. Just don't use it against your daughter.
Especially a collection service.
But we are being the collection service.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was Brian Carruthers. Ha! Brian Carruthers just sent me a personal text. Thanks, man. So I guess you guys know that, like I said, thanks, man, this whole house being sick is brutal. He's got the flu and everything else. That's our team leader. There's over 400,000 people, yet he talks to me every day. Why? Because I put concern into making sure my team, even above me or below me, is okay. Okay? You know what I do with Jesus? I don't know what's wrong with him today, but guess what? I worry about him. All those Marines in there, I worry about them. I might not get along with them all the time, but I still worry about every single one of them. And if I don't, then I got to go to the hospital to get my boot back because they have to remove my boot from. Never mind. There's kids at the table. Now, the reason why I want you guys to concentrate on every week, just take out now this piece of paper right here, right? Every day, look at it, circle something on it right here.
Okay.
No calls. Okay. No call center. Legal advice, unlimited personal issues, letters and calls. Go down it one at a time each day and pick out a new one. And then when you go out, every day you should be having 2 exposures, right? Mm-hmm. Don't tell them everything on the list. Just say, hey, man, what if you could have your call? You know, I got a thing. Why don't you just call them? Don't tell them anymore. That's all you need to tell them. You know why? You know what they're going to eventually do when they come on board? Man, did you know they do this, this, and this? They do? Wow, man, that's awesome. You already know it. But now they're telling you other things that we do. You don't have to throw up all over them. You know why? A conversation should only be about 30 seconds. Write these 3 things down, and we're going to get into lead the change when I get to the next subject. Do you have 15 minutes? Tell me when you all do that. Just write down 15 minutes. How you say it is how you say it. So you can write it down whatever you want, but you got to make a sentence out of it. 15 minutes. I have something important to tell you. Or I feel I have something that's important to tell you. Important. Next line, just put important. Make a sentence out of it. Important. And then this is the key sentence. You may or may not be interested. It doesn't matter how you word this. There's a reason why we need to say it like this, okay? Whenever you're talking to somebody, so you don't throw up all over them, and so you can make it quick and to the point. I gave up on my phone. Oh, that's funny. They've been, all these people that are doing these fake phone calls, we do a thing on that, but I'll get in that a little bit. That's the reason why I'm watching this, because right now we've got a whole team of people out there messing with them bad. And that's Texas. All right. So, here's how you do it. You go up to somebody. Just in that casual conversation, hey, you got about 15 minutes later? Why? Well, you may or may not be interested. I have something important I'd like to tell you. Your glass place, maybe where it is. Man, I saw your situation. Hey, you know what? I have something important I should probably tell you about. You got about 15 minutes, you may or may not be interested. Do you know why you say you may or may not be interested? You never back a person into a corner. You have to give them that luxury of getting up. But guess what? If they're your friends who are like, yeah, I got about a few minutes. Good, let's go have a drink. Good. Don't want to talk to you about it now. Tell you what, let me have your number. I'll call you after work. Is that okay? Yeah, sure, no problem. Hey, Jeff, Rich, can you guys get on the phone and do it? Sure. And we'll do it in 3 minutes. And then you guys can talk to them the rest of the time. But if you're too busy showing them everything and doing it, you're going to lose them because all they need to know is the basics. Have something important, takes about 15 minutes. You may or may not be interested. You see how you can put it in any order you want? Memorize it like that because that is what the key to success is. 3 sentences. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Okay? And that will get you ahead in life. Does that make sense? All right. Now, this book here, it's called Lead the Change. We got these the other day. Remember I told you tools are just that, tools? Okay, you can open it up now, Andy. Okay. Okay. So basically it goes like this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. You guys can read it. I want you to have it. If you guys need more of them, that's fine. Don't try to throw it down someone's throat. Mr. Pizza Guy. Don't try to give it to every single person that comes along. Mr. Pizza Guy. The reason why is these books, be in control, feel reward, total support, okay? Just if you notice, it's very simple. They made it very simple. Choose when and how many hours work for you. Maybe you think,
I talked to a pizza guy.
oh my God, you forgot about the person that was in here that I kept telling you, Andy, stop.
Oh, no, I talked to mine.
Okay.
I thought you talked
So
about
feeling the reward,
Domino's
total
delivery.
support. Now, if you go over to the next one, 5 ways to earn money. All you got to do is kind of show them this. Look, personal enrollment members, team overrides, lifetime residuals, performance club bonus, and monthly incentive bonuses. All right? If they say, oh, no, you don't got to do anything at all. You do a little, you get a little. You do a lot, you get a lot. You do nothing, you get nothing. I'd tell them just like that. But the little that you do, you're going to constantly make money on for the rest of your life as long as they stay members. Whoever needs legal. How many people? Just flat ask them. Do you think in this time frame people need legal? What do you think they're going to tell you? No, I don't need no legal. Nobody needs legal, right, Chris?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So, right here tells you the sales and what they can make. Simple as that. Sales and what they can make. You guys can read it for yourself. Here, shows you the identity theft and the legal. The 3 bureau one is the one I'd be pushing nowadays because it's the one, both of them are $24.95. Don't even bother pushing anything else. $24.95 is what we charge for legal.
Is this based on per month?
Huh?
Is this based on per month?
It's
Income?
based on one sale.
On one sale.
So, if income projections, you got to kind of read it. Advanced commission created a debit balance or earned as members' payment.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Okay. So, if you're a senior manager leg, you're making $70. Manager leg, $90. Senior associate leg, $110. associate leg 130, and personal sales. This is not director or senior director, okay? This is where you're making in your legs, okay? If you're gonna give that, we're almost to it. Okay, you can read all that extra stuff later. Identity shield degrader. Here is where you guys need to be at. Go to page 12. And every month, we're gonna go over this a little bit more, but I wanna go over this.
Ah, that's my key.
Good. Okay. You see on the bottom here, never feel like you're stupid in this business, okay? Because I word things, you gotta understand. I'm used to talking to Marines and stuff. I'm used to talking to people so they understand. Okay? I break it down Barney style. Okay? And the reason why is because you guys are my team and I need to make sure you understand it, know it, so you guys can have success with it. Because the only way any of us have success is to make sure everybody else has success first. The only way you get to the top is help enough people get to the top, and they will pull you up. So if you're thinking you're gonna go to the top pulling people up, you're wrong. You're only gonna get to the top when people reach down and pull you up. How do you get them up there? Let them stand on your shoulders, okay? So, as an associate, you come in for the $99, plus your $24.95 membership, okay? Senior associate, you get 90 or 180. Remember, your premium dollars are everything. Manager, 400 in premium, or 400 in organizational. You get 3 legs, and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind, okay? You all know how it goes. All right, your success story on the next page. 14, be the change, write your legacy, share the love, follow a proven system, embrace the opportunity. Take 3 simple steps to lead the change and embrace your opportunity. Okay? That's all I got to go. You guys can keep those. Since you guys did that, I'll give you guys each one more. Do not give these out before you put your name and all your information in, because these are not marked. There you go. Okay? So y'all got 2 of them now. Look at that. I said if Andy would keep his mouth shut at least for 5 minutes, I was going to give everybody another book. Congratulations, got everybody another book. And I am going to be harder on you than anybody else because I believe that, you know what, if success takes this. It takes drive. It takes one, you got to have write out your reasons why. Have you guys even written out your reasons why you do want to do this? Really? Good. Then I want you to post your reason why tonight on Facebook, everybody. Oh, I'll be harder on you than anybody around, but
Why do we have to do that on Facebook?
write your reason why. What's your most important thing in your life?
My daughter.
Good.
And
So
I'm
you're
doing it
saying
for
you're
my
afraid to
daughter.
put her online. You're afraid to put my daughter is the most important thing. She is my reason why. You're afraid to put that online.
No,
Then she's not the most important thing in your life.
I'll tell you my reason right now. I don't have to post it.
that's why I'm doing it.
You have to post it. You know why? Because if you don't speak it out loud, you don't put it up for everybody else, then what's the point?
I know.
Yours should be all your kids.
I mean, they're all my kids.
And for you to get your manhood back.
I got my manhood.
This is Bobbitt Jr.
And-
He dated her after.
And the other reason is because I want to help people.
Good, but you want to know something? Helping people means nothing if you don't have a purpose. See, I know you got a big heart, and it's the heart of gold. I will never take that away from you. But just because you want to help people,
Mine's platinum.
that's even more because that's what we are in this business. Mine's diamond.
I had to help him
hard.
out.
Platinum's more expensive than
I
diamond.
had to talk him into it. And I'm like, Andy, this business is gonna be
The re-
hard.
It's every business is hard.
Yeah, but he goes, I'm gonna quit. What are you gonna quit for? Why? Because they said they don't wanna do it. They don't, you know what? They don't wanna do it.
Do you know why people say that?
Move on to
Those people will come
another
back.
people.
You know how many people this week alone, or sorry, last week alone I talked to when I came in August 2014 are just now signing up? You know why? Because they were watching me. They wanted to see, and all of a sudden they had a situation. All of a sudden they started asking me questions. Next thing you know, they're signing up. Brian, somebody's been asking him. He's signing people up he talked to over 20 years ago that are just now signing up. It's about getting the information out there, let them know what you do, and then let them make the overall decision. You can't force anybody to do anything, because guess what? That's not how any type of business works. You can't force somebody to go into a store. You can't force somebody to go to the mall. You can't force somebody to go trick-or-treating. But you know what you can do? Provide them the information. Then guess what? You talk to 50 people in a row. You can quit if you can go to 100 people in a row without getting, and they can all tell you no. But if you get one yes, you gotta start over each time. If you ever get to 100 in a row, I'm literally talking 100 people in a row. And that's with me talking to them, Rich talking to them, or anybody else. Then you can quit. Until then, you don't have permission to quit. You know why? Because you're scaring yourself
I just
because you,
feel
this
that
is Quincy.
talked to
the
so many
hardest-
people and they say no.
The hardest place you will ever have is your own hometown. Okay? But when you start working, start working outside, making calls down on Hannibal, making some calls here or there, maybe do something on the weekends to where you and your daughter love getting away. How come you cannot ask somebody where they're at? Hey, you want to sit down sometime? I can't do it now. I'm with my daughter. You don't want to see eager. You want to sell, I got something I can offer you. You may or may not be interested. How about we sit down next Saturday? I'll bring my daughter back down here. I'll come and have ice cream at your ice cream shop. You know how many little stores are in Hannibal and places like that? You're so worried about the big guys that you're forgetting about what's called the low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit means the person that needs you now, but you're avoiding them because you want the bigger thing. The problem is you're so worried about the bigger thing, you passed up your $1 million fortune on the way,
You get
and you
blindsided.
get nothing. You know why I joined the Marine Corps? Because I know I was
Stack
gonna be
bodies.
hard. I did because everybody said you can't do it. Okay. You know how many other people in Quincy did it? Nobody. You know how many people tell me, I can't believe you did that? Oh my God. You know how many people I talked to go in with me and they didn't want to do it? To the Marine Corps?
Quite a few.
That's harder than this. Why? Who wants to go join a branch of the military?
I don't want to go to war. I don't want to die.
It had nothing to do with war. You know that.
Well, yeah, I know. They just
Their moms and dads made it think they got to work. What you got to understand this
exactly.
is you got to get, that's why I want you to read that book and I want you to soak it in. Because when you get to the land of the unknown, when you get to the middle of the desert, you don't see the
Well,
start line.
That's where I'm at the desert part.
Good. Now keep reading. Because you want to know something? That's what this whole book's about. It's not about the business. It's about the personal challenges you put upon yourself in order to keep moving forward and be able to move forward. And don't be like everybody else where you stick yourself in a box and you don't want to get out. Everybody that tells you you can't do something, you shouldn't do something, oh, don't do that. You know why? Because they don't want you to be successful because they themselves either tried and failed or they don't want to do it, so they don't want you to do it either because then you'll make them look bad. The fact is, the people that have never done it and the people that have failed at doing it are the ones that tell you don't do it. And you want to know something? When you listen to them, then it puts them above you. Now they can look down and you're like, haha, he listened to me. No, 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 no. You never let anybody tell you no. You never let anybody tell you can't. You find a way, you take it, and you go with it, and you do not stop. Because the day you stop is the day those people, those naysayers win. Yes, there's going to be a lot of people. Quincy is a very hard town. You know why? We've been in Quincy since 1972. The biggest people in Legal Shield have come out of Quincy. In fact, one of them, Alan, just got his platinum jacket again, but this time he's a permanent platinum. Platinum jacket, meaning he's put in more people in Legal Shield than everybody else. He's from Quincy. He lives in St. Louis. He started in Quincy at the age of 65. How many no's you think he got out of Quincy? All those people you're talking to, he talked to their moms and dads and their aunts and uncles. So, did he stop? 65. He's 72 today. Or, sorry, he's 72. He just got back from our platinum trip. And he's from here. He's here. He teaches our CDL. He's got more businesses. He writes more personal business than everybody else. Brian Carruthers, the number one guy, sitting here talking to us in Quincy. Why? Because we don't give up. And when you get down and out, look at it like a track meet. Look at it like cross country.
Yeah, but it just eats me up inside when I know I'm trying to.
That's why you go
help
harder.
people,
You're,
and then
you're
they
letting
say
it,
no.
You're letting it get to
but
you.
you're letting
It's a
them get to
psychological
you,
thing.
not the business. You're letting them get to you.
Yeah.
So you want them to
Actually,
justify
you're letting
your
yourself
decisions.
get to you.
No, it just makes me feel.
I don't
upset
want this.
about it.
No, no, no. Well, I'm gonna quit because nobody wants it. Well, you wanna know something? Nobody wants to eat freaking healthy food either. But eventually they gotta do it.
That's too expensive.
Hey, you wanna know
I'd rather
something?
eat junk food.
Nobody wants chemo treatment that have cancer. But you wanna know something? They have to take it or they're gonna die. Nobody wants legal. You know why? Because that shows that there's a problem out there. Well, there really is a problem out there. Nobody wants to go to rehab that's on drugs. But you wanna know something? When they do it, they know they need it. But eventually they're gonna come back and say, hey, you got that thing that can help me? Yes, I do. Well, man, I was just kind of putting it off, and if it works for me, great. Go ahead and let me know how it works for you. Go ahead and call in. $24.95. You think that's going to be, oh my God, they spend more than that in a bar. I go to Wings and I spend more freaking on a thing of wings than I do on my membership for Legal Shield.
There's this guy I talk to, and I check up every week, and he goes, "I'm still interested."
Good, but
Right.
why are you still checking up on it?
Because
Why are you dwelling
I'm
on it?
not, I'm not
Why are you
giving
dwelling on
up
it?
on it.
No, 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 no. Why are you dwelling on it? No, what you're doing is you're giving up on yourself now because you're letting him take up your time. You need to move on. Let him approach you when it's time. A year or two, maybe if you come back to him. Don't let him come off your list, but don't waste your time because they're wasting yours. What I'm saying is, next person. You don't get an answer right, go to the next person. Go to the next person. But Jeff, good, next person. Okay, what about go to the next person? That Art Williams, I want you to go watch it, okay? All right, guys, everybody get on your phones or do whatever you got to do. I've got to get on this call. And you guys can stand by, but I'll go ahead and get on the call now, and you guys can. All right. Sweetheart, I love you. I didn't get on it either. All right, I got to pull up my thing here. All right, I am the moderator.
You didn't get on that?
No.
No, it didn't work. You do it.
All right, everybody go to your Facebook and look this up so you guys can all hear me.
Just read that right now.
Welcome to the conference line. Please enter the access code.
Use the number that I sent you guys.
1 moment, please. You are currently the only person in
Great.
this conference.
Hey, everybody, when you come on, make sure to say your name and where you're at. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes. Make sure to say your name and where you're calling from, and we'll get started in 2 minutes. Okay.
I'll send that to you today. The number.
Just on the phone, but everybody's got to be quiet now so I can do this. 'Cause I am going to put it on Facebook, so. All right, everybody, we're going to get started here in just a couple minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the recording up and going. Good. All right. All right, state your name when you come on. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody out from the different states, and then I'll look here in a little bit. I'm in a different location than I normally am, so give me just a second, everybody.
Participants are now muted. Your participants are now muted.
All right, how's everybody doing today? This is Jeffrey Jansen. I am calling you live from Quincy, Illinois. Hope everybody's having a great day today. I hope everybody's getting over daylight savings time because it kind of puts a damper on everybody. It is exactly 1800 hours as we speak, and the Veterans Home is playing taps. All right, so let's get started really quick. I want to welcome you all on tonight's call, and I want to go over really quick. Whoever invited you, they can go over more in detail what we're going to go over. But the first thing I want to do is let everybody know this is a team call tonight. So a couple things I'm going to capitalize on is first off, that your best feature in Legal Shield and within Legacy or Team Pinnacle is the fact that you're part of a team. Your team is your full structure around you, okay? Nobody on your team can ever do anything wrong, but you also must make sure that they understand they're part of a team. So always congratulate them. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to congratulate Melissa Delgado and Jesus Delgado for making all the way up to senior manager and putting in the time and effort. Great job, guys. We really appreciate you guys. So if you ever get a chance to see Jesus Delgado and Melissa Delgado, make sure to wish them congratulations. Also want to say welcome aboard. Shakia Murphy, welcome aboard. Also to Chris Ferris. If I said your name wrong, Chris, I apologize. And also to Lonnie Potter and his beautiful wife for joining our team. Now, tonight I'm also in my meeting with my team. So like I said, we just want to give a quick congratulations to those teammates. Now, what is it that we do that we can actually benefit everybody from? Now, tonight I just want to go over one thing. Unlimited calls, unlimited topics, including pre-existing. The reason why tonight's lesson is going to be over that is because one thing that everybody knows and everybody needs is legal, but it's been always too expensive or out of their reach. So the reason, what they do is they have excuses on why they don't need Legal Shield because they've been taught that it's too expensive. Well, with Legal Shield in 1972, we changed the way the system works. And we changed the way the system works by allowing people to call in to lawyers that are experts in the field of law that they're calling from and being able to answer whatever it is they need to answer, and they're going to call you back within 4 business hours. To me, that's a great feature. Whenever you're talking with people, you've got to let them know that because we represent all 50 states every area of Canada, every province of Canada, and the United Kingdom. So you know what? They can get the answers they're seeking by professionals in the field of law that they're calling about. Now, I like to give their excuse that when my mom had cancer and after she died, my dad had our will and everything drawn up by a local law firm who charged my dad almost $2,000. Now, why is this important? Well, first off, it would have been nice for my dad to understand what a will, power of attorney, a trust, probate, and all that good stuff is. But instead, the lawyers, they did his will and his trust for my sister and I, and they did it around $2,000 back in 1991. Now, if we had Legal Shield at the time, we would have had this all done for our monthly membership, which is not $2,000, less than $1 a day. Now, what they would have done is the exact same things. When I asked the lawyers about it, they said, Jeff, we only work with Legal Shield. We don't, we have to charge Legal Shield prices to Legal Shield members, which they could have told my dad about it and would have saved him, I don't know, say $1,800 and I don't know. It would have saved him almost $2,000 because, like I said, a will is very important to have. Now, when he would have been able to call and ask what the difference in probate is, what the difference is in a living will, what the difference is trust for minors, do you want to put things in a trust? What happens if something happens to you and one of your children now gets the money? Do you want to have it in a trust so that you're guaranteed that they're going to get it when they get a certain age? But that's what you call into the attorney to ask. You can call in and ask anything you want. My suggestion to my team and what I'm having everybody on my team do, call into your lawyer tomorrow. First off, time them to see how long they call back. They will call back. And then wait for them and then ask them, hey, I would like to know what a will is, what is a trust, what is a living will, and what is probate. When you call in, let the lawyer call back and tell you all about that, okay? Because that's very, very important. Other things that you can do, and like next week's lesson, we go over, we'll read up to 15 contracts or documents. When was the last time that you had somebody go over your automobile insurance, or maybe you're buying a vehicle? Did you know when I got my Jeep about 2 years ago, they told me, they looked in there and they had me take out several options because they're like, Jeff, do you really want to pay an extra couple $1,000 for an oil change and new tires? And I was like, well, no. They're like, okay, have them change this, and in the end, by the time we were done going over that, not only did they save me money in buying my Jeep, but then my insurance also got lower because I had them look over my USAA agreement, okay? Now, whenever you're talking with anybody, keep it simple and to the point, okay? We never want to basically scare anybody with what we offer. Just let them know that you have something important you'd like to tell them. They may or may not be interested. It'll take about 15 minutes. If you do this and then call me or one of your teammates or a team leader or something else, let us talk with them. Third party is the best way to go whenever you're trying to offer Legal Shield. Why? When you're new at doing this, sometimes we never want to tell them things that we do not do. However, if they go on there and say, hey, we know you guys did wills, but did you guys know you do traffic tickets also? We do. And then they're happy because now they get to find out something that we do that they didn't know about. However, when they first got Legal Shield, they may not have been looking at that. They may have just wanted, maybe somebody owed them some money, or maybe there was a warranty or something that was not being honored, and maybe that's all they wanted to do. They just wanted to watch the warranty. They wanted to see what we could do with it. And then all of a sudden they realized that not only that, but then we do free wills. Not only that, we do traffic violations, okay? Not only that, for maybe a pre-existing, we gave them a 25% preferred member discount off one of our referral attorneys. But we were able to give them that advice ahead of time that they didn't have to pay for, all for their monthly membership, because we have no contracts, co-pays, we have no termination fees, okay? So whenever you're talking with anybody, make sure they know that we are here to help them. We're not here to sell them, we're here to help them. Why? Because when you learn how to use lawyers, why do the rich people use lawyers? Rich people use lawyers to save money. What if you were audited by the IRS? We give you 50 hours of IRS audit service. Let me ask you this right now. Do you know how to do anything with an audit? Do you even know what an audit is? When they audit you, do you know what you got to do, what you got to say, and how you got to be? No. Why? Because most of us are not faced with an audit. But it gets more and more of a possibility that we may be faced with an audit, correct? And as Legal Shield members, we get 50 hours of IRS audit service as part of our monthly plan. Okay? Now, I wish my grandma would have had this years ago because she has one ticket on her record for her entire life for a thing that was not her fault. Okay? A lady ran a stoplight and hit her. Well, because my grandma was the nice person she is, she ended up getting a ticket. Well, she died a couple months later. But guess what? She has one thing on her record now because she didn't want to fight it. Why? She didn't want to pay the lawyers because the lawyers just wanted too much money. And she didn't want to go into court on her own. So, whenever you're out there talking Legal Shield with anybody, okay, first off, listen to them. You have 2 ears, 1 mouth. It's the best way to be. Always listen to them. Let them tell you what's going on. Never throw up all over them. Don't tell them everything we do because they don't want to hear about everything we do. What they do want to hear about is how we can help them. Now, if they give you that 15 minutes, because they may or may not be interested, okay, and we know it's important to tell them, then you can go over everything that we offer. But the key is put them back into that unlimited calls on unlimited minutes. You get unlimited calls on unlimited topics, including pre-existing, and then let the lawyer take it from there. Why? Because the people they call into are going to take really good care of them. Our lawyers are the best and they get paid and such, and they're going to basically be on the person's time, not the lawyer's time. The lawyer is on their time, and that lawyer will take very good care of them. And in turn, those people then will give you references. They will then tell you, hey, you know what, I know somebody else that may need this. Hey, I mean, you know, you always have to ask for a reference. You always have to ask somebody, hey, do you know of anybody else that may or may not need this? And when they give you that reference, write the name down and do a follow-up call with that person they told you about. Why? Because that means they have somebody that's going through something, going to have to go through something. What about a personal bankruptcy? What if somebody has to go through a personal bankruptcy? Well, they can use our lawyers for advice, and we'll give them a 25% preferred member discount, but the lawyer's gonna have to tell them what we can offer on the long side, okay? Now, if anybody has any questions, get up with the person that got you on the phone call tonight. This call is being recorded, and I will put it out there for everybody to listen to. But just remember, tonight, as the team, first off, I want you to know something. Each and every one of you is important. Each and every one of you makes a difference, and I know sometimes things in life look hard. It's like when I first originally joined the Marine Corps. I looked at it like, what the heck did I just do? Because they wanted me to go out and they wanted me to bring other Marines in. That, you know what, Legal Shield's considered freaking easy compared to bringing a Marine into the Marine Corps, okay? Because you can only do 1 or 2. Within Legal Shield, everybody needs legal help. Beginning back to my original thought, when you're out there every day, you matter, you're important. What you're doing is you're saving lives. If you help enough people get what they want, as Zig Ziglar always say, they will help you get what you want. Sometimes they will reach down and pull you up once you boost them on your shoulders. Help them. Never sell them anything. Help them on everything. Be there for them. Listen to them. They may not get signed up today, but once you tell them, they can never forget that you told them. My name is Jeffrey Jansen. Get up with the person that called you on today, and I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. Each and every one of you makes a difference. Each and every one of you matter, and I believe in you. Never forget that. God bless everybody, and I hope you all have a great night. I'm going to unmute now, and I'll be on for about another minute. Thank you, everybody.
Your participants are now muted. Your participants are now muted.
Oh, the guys are just getting all excited down there, Jeff. Is there a Marine Corps meeting
Yes.
tonight?
Yes. 1900. 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
So,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Sorry about that.
All right, well, Bob's down there.
We'll get some people down there. We got a couple here. We'll come down and get them and everything.
Okay.
We definitely want to make sure everybody gets back because Buzzy went over last time our meeting. He flipped. And Jesus, we didn't know it until he got in a gopher hole. Oops, got in a gopher